Ooh, so fancy. Okay. So we're going to talk about how do you qualify a customer through social media. So this is the number one thing. Imagine with me that you are a vendor at an event. You have your booth set up, your table, all your beautiful Plexus products are sitting in front of you, and you have two choices. Either sit behind your booth and wait for people to come up to you and ask you questions about Plexus, or you stand on the front of your booth and you start genuinely engaging with people as they walk past. Which one of those two scenarios do you think is going to lead to you getting more sales?
Engagement.
Engagement, right? Standing in front. Oh my gosh, I love your shoes. Oh, that hair. Oh my goodness, you're such a sweet little girl. Engagement. Genuine engagement. You're not making stuff up. Don't be a liar. You are genuinely looking for pieces of connection. Do you see someone walking with a cross necklace? Oh, I love Jesus too. Yes, Jesus, and finding those little connection pieces that allow you to make that begin relationship building. So qualifying a customer, the number one thing, connect. Connect. So this is what qualifying a customer means. It means that not everyone's meant to be your customer. Straight up. It's not meant for everyone. So the first thing we want to know is, do I connect with you? Because if I don't connect with you, I can't coach you, I can't lead you, and we probably won't have a great relationship.
Yeah.
So just if step one, like if you send, this is what connection looks like on Instagram. Ready? You go to their stories and you look and see what they posted today. And if there's something in their stories where you're like, oh, I can comment genuinely on that. And then they might just heart it. And there's nothing. They didn't make a link back to you. And then but you might still be looking at their content and you're like, I'm liking this person. You might comment again. And at this time, they might comment back. And the next time you might actually have a conversation where you're still not talking about Plexus. Plexus is not a part of the conversation at all because you don't know them. You don't know their problems. You're just trying to build a relationship, right? And you're doing this with someone you don't know, a stranger. Ooh. So what I have done is I follow specific hashtags. The babies are coming out. I follow specific hashtags like stay at home mom life. And a lot of women are stay at home moms. And so I will just scroll and look through and start commenting on people's stuff. Some people don't respond back. Some people just get literally just an emoji back. And some people talk back. And we just start a conversation. And then I get to know them. And then they start to get to know me. And I ask them about their air fryer thingy, whatever that was, Brie. That you we are ninja, your ninja. I was like, oh, I have one of those, but it looks like this. Does your thingy work too? And you're like, oh no, mine does this. I was like, oh wow. And this genuine connection. And we had an awesome conversation in like 2 minutes because we're like just a genuine connection. That's all it is. Is this we're looking for new friends. And then the second step, once you finally make that connection, is what is their desired, well, I spelled there wrong. Okay, I'm glad you can't see that. What is their desired reality or goals? What are the person you're talking to, what are their goals? And it may take, again, you're building a relationship. It may take some time to get to know what is their reality and goals. Taylor, you are in a different galaxy. It's okay. Um, Again, and their reality or their goals might be weight loss. It might be to make an income. It might be to shake off depression or anxiety, or there's so many things, right? There's so many realities of what someone may want. And again, this is taking just genuinely conversation. Um, Number three, what is their current reality? So number two was what are their goals? Number three is what are they currently dealing with? And again, this is relationship building. What is, and like a lot of this also comes from you being willing to be vulnerable and share a piece of yourself. And so, like, I have to admit that I battle depression. Ugh. I had to admit that I was 50 pounds heavier and I'm still on a weight loss journey. Having, like had to admit that financially my family was not where I wanted us to be. And we needed an extra income or like just a buffer. We just need a buffer. I'm not asking for a whole lot of money. I just need to feel like we have gas money or I can buy a pair of socks without feeling like I'm robbing the house. Okay. But those are those little moments where you allow yourself to be vulnerable that allows them to feel like, oh, they shared with me. I'm going to share with them. There's that. Okay. Number 4, what problems or roadblocks or what is stopping them from hitting their goal? What is it? What is that thing in between their reality and their goal? Again, and this could be a loss of a job. This could be, I am addicted to carbs and sugar and I have zero hope of getting off of it. Yes, children all over the neck. Yes. Um, this is this is where again we are allowing ourselves to be vulnerable to share. Okay, I was there. Me this time last year, I was crying in my shower, believing that I had zero value. And what was stopping me from getting to where I needed to go was literally my mind. Literally. And I needed hope. And God brought me that hope in the form of friendship and plexus. So again, and all of this is just conversation, conversation, conversation that you initiated because you commented on someone's story that you don't know. That's that's literally all I'm doing is getting to know people. And I have gotten to know several amazing women, amazing, and several of them are selling other network marketing things and are even doing other gut health company things and are zero interest in doing plexus at all. But I now have a whole bunch of friends on Instagram that check in with me every day, which is just incredible. So there's that. And like they tag me and stuff. I'm like, what is happening? Okay. Number 5, what is their commitment to their goal? So this is a big one, especially when we talk about plexus, because if they're not committed to changing their story, they're not going to invest in changing their story. So getting to know what their commitment is like, how much do you really want that? If there was a solution for you, what would you? And as you're dealing with people and having conversations, as they transition to plexus, I'm here. I'm available because our whole thing again is being authentic and genuine. So I never wanted to then all of a sudden switch to transactional of like, well, for 19.99, you too can have a membership. Like I don't want, I still want it to remain authentic, genuine connection where you're like, hey, I don't know if this is for you. It might not be for you, but when I did this, it changed everything. And if you're willing to give it a try, I am here to walk with you. Authentic connection through the whole thing. Be genuine. Be genuine. Like, we're not trying to pull a fast one or steal someone's money. We are genuinely trying to offer them a solution to their problem. Okay. So then the 6th point, and this is the final point, is if you have a solution to their goal, present the solution and either make some kind of call to connect or close the sale. Because again, and I remember having that feeling of like, I have a hard time closing the sale. I say that in quote, closing the sale, because I was like, oh, I don't know if they want, literally closing the sale is, hey, do you want it or not? Yeah. No, no, you don't want it? Okay, great. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have an awesome day. High five. Like, but if they do want it, they could be on the doorway of the life change. And if you will walk with them consistently, they are literally standing right there on the precipice. And I keep thinking back to where I was this time last year or 2 weeks ago last year. And that feeling of like, I had zero hope. I did plexus because I literally had no other option. It was medication, depression, didn't want to wake up tomorrow. And doing plexus, I came across a memory this morning and on Facebook that was like, I've been on plexus for 11 days and I feel hope and my face isn't bloated. And look at this picture of me from 3 weeks ago. And it was just like,
Wow.
it was just full on just, and I remember that moment of just pure excitement where my face wasn't puffy. And I was still 40 something pounds heavier. I'd lost 5 pounds in 3 weeks and I was so excited. And it was just like, and it just, it was the turning point for me. And it was literally in those moments where people were like, what are you doing? You're doing what? Plexus. What's a plexus? And in those moments, it was like, Christina, come with me. Let's go. Let's go do plexus together. And she's like, okay. Um, but people really, you can't beat just being genuinely excited and being genuinely caring. So that's my everything I have. And as you grow and learn and get even more excited for what God is doing through you for other people, there's nothing compared to it. Um, my promise is that I want to be walking with you guys every step of the way because your success is my success. When I see you growing in your business, doing what you do, feeling confident in every reach out, that's it. So, here's the easy challenge, and then I'll let you ask any questions if you have any questions. Find who are you talking to on Instagram. Instagram is my platform. So, who is your audience? Are you talking to mommies? Are you talking to adult mommies with grown-up kids? Are you talking to women who are currently at work but want to be at home? Who are you talking to? And your content is going to be communicating to them. How you share your story is going to be to them. And then just begin talking to people's stories that you don't know. Okay? Women, don't be creepy. Let's respect the marriages. Come on. Talk to women and just be genuine. And what I try to avoid doing because I don't want to be misleading is I don't comment on product that they're selling in their stories. I have connected to a lot of women who sell Monat. I think it's Monat. It's hair care, shampoo stuff, and it's great quality stuff. And they're very good at sharing their content. And so I try to skip over that because I'm not in the market for shampoo. But I will comment on their stories where they talk about spending time with their kids or in an activity they did or problem that they're facing. And just begin genuine engagement and consider this. Okay, how do I say this? Okay. There's something called warm market, cold market. All right. Warm market is people that know you, they know you, and they trust you. And so when you walked up to your mom, your sister, your best friend, you're like, hey, I'm doing plexus. You should do it too. They'll be like, okay. And then they sign up because they trust you and they know you. Cold market is they don't know you, so they don't trust you. So if you want them to buy from you, you're going to have to make them know you and trust you. So a lot of what happens is in any business or network marketing thing is people will message all their friends, all their family. Do. Hey, you want to support me in my business? Oh, this is so great. I'm going to make a lot of money. Blah, 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 blah. And then friends and family sign up and then they don't have anyone else to sign up. And then they quit the market. They quit the network thing because because they're like, who do I talk to now? I don't know who to talk to. So all we're doing is expanding our network by talking to people on social media, using the tool that we have. So your reels, your stories is how people are getting to know you. I try to keep my reels very story based and less product based. So my stories are my experiences. If you want to know what I used to change my experience, we can talk about it. It's a gut health system, but then it's my real life. It's literally real life. It's like, but in my stories, it's again, this is what I'm going through. And I find that polls work really well at helping people feel like they're getting to know me. It's like I do a lot of polls on my stories just to allow that level of engagement. And then when people vote, I'm like, hey, thanks for voting, blah, blah, blah. Or like, whatever they say. And we just, again, that's more dialogue. Any point where you can make connection, it's huge, especially if you're not bringing up a product. Because then when their problem comes around, you have already started building that relationship. But just think of it this way. How many times have you gotten a message in your inbox from a complete stranger and it said, hey, thanks for following. As a matter of fact, I sell hair care products. And if you want to get your hair care products done, then I am here for you. Hey, great connecting. And you're like, I am not replying back to that or buying that because there was no actual connection. They're trying to sell me something.
Yep.
Right? So our goal is create genuine connection. Again, genuine connection. And there's a lot of training that happens in your brain where you're like, oh, but I think they could use plexus. I think they could use it. If they don't know you, don't you dare offer it. If they don't know you, don't offer it because they're not going to listen. Build relationship, get to know them, be genuine, even if it's just genuinely sharing your story. Be genuine. And then in the end, I mean, as time goes, you're gonna build it. So just for a timeline for you guys of this, because I started Plexus last year, right? I started considering, okay, network marketing or social media has to have something to do with this. I was like, it has to. I don't leave my house. So there's literally like, if I don't leave my house, and my family had zero interest in buying from me. So my market was all of like Zippo people. It was just wasn't a lot. Um, Christina, I don't even know why she trusted me, but she jumped on and here she is, still here, hanging on. 1 year later, high five, boom. Um, so I knew that network marketing had to be connected to social media, but I didn't understand how. And then in January, it finally hit me who my audience was. Bonkers, right? This January, I was like, oh, I'm talking to moms who don't like to be told what to do. Duh. so so then I started changing how I present my content to be, this is my life. I'm not telling you what to do, but learn from my story. And people started resonating with that. February, I started intentionally posting 2 reels a day. And again, I was thinking that reels was the way I was going to get customers. It wasn't until the very end of February into the beginning of March that I realized I needed to create engagement. I needed to walk my little virtual body to other people's pages and look at their stories and comment genuinely. And now I really enjoy making reels. So I'm going to keep doing that every day. But you don't have to create a reel every single day to have a customer base. You don't have to have 1,000 followers. You don't have to have 10,000 followers to make an income through social media. You need to get yourself, scroll to people's pages intentionally, and comment on their stories. Build relationship. Do you like them? Cool. Do you not like them? Stop commenting on their stuff and move on. There's millions of people on Instagram. You don't need to deal with people you don't feel comfortable with or don't resonate with. There's one lady I was qualifying and I'm like beep booping commenting, and I realized that she was the actually type of person. Actually, actually, I was like, oh, see, we're not meshing here. This
We're
is
not compatible.
we're not. Even though she even sent me like, anyway, forget it. I don't need to talk about her. But all that to say, if you don't mesh with someone, just move on. There are millions of people on Instagram that you don't have to worry about. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. Does anyone have questions as far as anything? And to the best of my ability, I will answer. Um,
Don't know.
Okay, I do have a question.
Yeah.
So, like, I kind of am in I've started building relationships and connecting with people. Okay. How long, do you wait before you're sharing yourself? Because that's hard for me. Like, I'll share mostly in in my captions, but I don't get a lot of engagement on my posts. So, yes, I'm engaging with these people. Occasionally they'll like my posts or something like that. But how often do people just scroll through Instagram and like something and not actually read the content underneath it? So I guess how do you just wait until you build a connection with them and then they have a problem that you can solve and then you just go from there? Or is there an actual you start telling them about your whole life story and after you
It's
guys
kind
have
of
connected
spew.
for yeah, after a couple months of you guys engaging with each other and then you're like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, this is my life now, but this isn't how I used to be or something. I guess what's
So
the flow
there's
that you
there's no like 10 days later, and then okay, with both Bree and Faith, I met them on Instagram in the course of this last month. I think Bree signed up within, I think, 2 weeks or 3 weeks of us getting to know each other. Time travels weirdly on social media because what is really a week feels like a month. And I'm like, hey, bestie, let's go out. So, and Faith is the same way. Like, it's been about maybe 2 weeks of us really getting to know each other. So it's not it's like a read the room type of thing where I really don't. I commented genuinely on both of their stuff on their stories. And I'm very quick to do a video message back. When someone texts me, I am very quick to be like, hi, it's my face in your inbox. And I'm very quick to add voice. So because I want that, I'm looking for that genuine connection. And then some people are like, hey, that's awesome. And then some people are like, wow, it's your face in my inbox. Like, and then whoever resonates with that, that's connection. But I would say within about a day or so, I'm sharing my story. And then if they ask more, I tell more. And then I'm listening to hear if they have a story or if they start sharing a bit of theirs, I will resonate and say, hey, I was there. That was me. You're not alone. And two, I might have a solution for you if you're interested. You don't have to be interested, but if you are, I might have a solution for you. And we just, again, it's read the room, check for genuine connection. And it's a pretty, when your goal is authentic connection and to solve their problem, it becomes a lot easier to get to that place. And it did take a lot of mental shifting for me because over the course of the year, it was like, hit the goal, get the numbers, And then I realized I don't want that. Like, what does that do for me if I sign a whole bunch of people and they're like, I don't feel anything. So I hated that that thing of like people didn't genuinely need Plexus, but I sold it to them anyway because I needed a number. And then then I don't get like that heart fill when they're like, thanks, Nelly. I was struggling and now I'm great. Like you don't get that from everyone. So that's my thing. Like God linked me to the people that genuinely need these products. So that's where I've been. Any other questions? Did that answer your question? Kind of.
Yeah, I think for me it's hard because I can connect with people, but relationship building is not my forte. And so I feel like I attract those people too, where we'll connect, but we don't relationship build. And so yeah, that it does help. It does answer my question, but I just need to shift to to fit into a different category.
Let me tell
I
you,
could be different.
Now
I'm-
I'm the same way, but honestly, Bree, what really got me is not only did Nelly video record a message sending it back to me, but her live when she told the story just as a story on her live is what resonated the most with me when I was like, okay, she has like 90% of the problems that I had, and this helped her. I want in. So her live story wasn't her selling anything, it was just telling her story to a vast audience. That's what got me. So that might work for you too.
that's cool. So going live, that's something. So I went live on Instagram and I cried through half of it. It was awful.
Yes, it was wonderful.
It was
But it
so
was so
bad.
real.
I was like, and then I did. It was like just
I was messaging her, "You're doing great."
yeah. Oh no, yay! I'm like, I just wanted to know that I was happy now. And then anyway,
It was like
um,
virtual hugs, virtual
yeah.
hugs.
Yeah, so many virtual hugs. But I need y'all to know, okay, one, I'm introverted. Two, the reason why I didn't sign a million people when I first started Plexus is because I didn't have a lot of relationships. Full confession, I got 5 minutes. Okay. So every time I left a church, I didn't pursue the people that we left. I didn't go after previous relationships. I didn't maintain them. And so it was like this feeling of like, okay, I have gone through 2 or 3 and I like we're friends on Facebook, but I'm not scrolling and thinking of, Jane from 10 years ago. This girl. I'm not doing that. And so then all of a sudden I have a business and I was like, I cannot go texting Jane and asking her to sign Plexus because I haven't talked to this chick in so long. And so it felt disingenuous to connect with people I knew because I hadn't been connecting with them in that way. And so then to come back around, circle and be like, hey, how are you doing? It just didn't feel right. So I have kind of settled in my mind that anyone that I know right now, I'm not pursuing them from Plexus. They can come find me if they want it because I have posted enough on my personal page. I posted enough. So I'm not going after people that know me in person. Like I just, if you've seen me physically, I'm probably not going to talk to you about Plexus. So like, I'm kind of sticking to Instagram because I can create that initial relationship where I know, okay, my whole job right here is to find a person that I can care for. And I find as an introvert that going into relationships with that target in mind of I am looking for someone I can help and I can care for allows me to go in saying, I'm going to stick my face in their inbox because I need to see if they have a problem I can fix. And I don't know if y'all are fixers or not, but I'm a fixer. And so knowing that I'm going into your inbox to say, hi, do you have a problem I can fix is really helpful for me. Because I'm not going in there to be like, hey, shooting the breeze. Now with some of y'all, now I'm going to be messaging you because we're friends now. And I'll be like, hey girl, did your baby sleep through the night? How you managing? What's going on? We do that now. But when we started, I had to have the motive of, do they have a problem I can fix?
No.
And just go that way. So Taylor, go in with that mindset. You're looking for a problem that they need to fix, or you're trying to find out if that. So I always say if you can't find something genuine to comment about, don't. Okay, this is something I do. Don't freak out, guys. I'm not a weirdo, but I'm gonna show you. Okay. So this is my inbox for Instagram. Hopefully you can see. Can you see the orange flags on the corners?
Mm-hmm.
These are conversations I'm currently having with people. There's more. It just keeps scrolling. But the main thing is I'm keeping connection with people that I have made an initial connection with that have responded back to me. So there's a way to, without that person knowing, in the corner of the inbox, there's like that little tag thing. If you tap that, you can hit flag. And for that just helped me to know, okay, these are people that I am currently engaging with. There's nothing special about the flag. It's just helping me categorize. Okay, I am touching base with people and they are responding back and we are having open communication with each other. Otherwise, my inbox is very full. There's a lot of people. I've been talking to a lot of women and a lot of them don't respond back to me. So I'm just like, okay, moving on to knock on the next door. Hi, do you have a problem I can fix? And just keep moving on that way. So we have 1 minute left. I don't know if I can answer a question in 1 minute, but I can try. Does anyone have any questions? No?
It's not really a question, but I have to say I'm very surprised you're an introvert, Nelly, because I would have sworn you're an extrovert. Like,
Here's the thing. I have found that the most successful people in this business are introverts.
wow.
So take that to heart. And I now specifically look for women who are like, I couldn't possibly be that. I don't talk to people because that was me. It was me. And I'm not, but once you find something that you're passionate about as an introvert, if you have a game plan, you are going to thrive. Period. That's it. Okay, we are out of time. I have 10 seconds. So
Wow.
I love you guys. I pray blessings over you, and I can't wait for our next call. Yay!
Yay.
Bye. Good night. Love you all.